Hey there everyone, welcome back to this month's edition of the Burg. I'm Ed.
And I'm Riley. We've got a big show in store for you today, highlighting some of the important stuff happening in the community.
That's right, from Lunchables to our amazing variety show, we've got something for everyone.
Plus, we'll be diving into serious topics like anti-bullying and the issue of concussions in high school sports.
So without further ado, let's get started with our second show of the year.
First up, let's talk about a fan favorite, Lunchables. They're not just for kids anymore. Let's see what makes them so popular around campus.
Growing up as a kid, what was your favorite meal for lunch? Was it a classic PB&J, or perhaps some soup? Or maybe it was a good old Lunchable? Wait a minute.
I like my cheese drippy, bro. This is a Lunchables salsa right here. Look at the consistency. My God!
In recent times, a new contender to the famous Lunchable has been made and endorsed by the likes of Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul. With many controversies surrounding this hot topic, there's a truth beneath it all, though. In a world where influencers have an agenda and the average person has a bias, me and my team set out to uncover the truth the only way we know how. All this and more in a segment we like to call the Schaumburg Sleuths.
Hello gentlemen, welcome Kevin and Colton. We appreciate you guys' time right now.
The first meal for these gentlemen was the Lunchable Pizza and the Feastables bar. Surprisingly enough, being blind only hindered them a little bit in their expedition to eat and review these pizzas.
I don't know, drop it. Am I putting it on there?
Or the box. The distinct touch of it.
Colton, it feels like you're experiencing many emotions right now. How do you feel, buddy?
This is definitely crunch chocolate from the Lunchable, because I can tell it is way harder to bite into than a Feastable. And a Feastable has that round top, where when I touched it, it had a very flat top, kind of like a Hershey.
You dropped the pepperoni, Colton.
Yeah, my bad.
After meal 1, they remarked how the watery sauce was kind of a put down, but in terms of lunch, it was quite enjoyable, especially with the chocolate, which they held in quite high regards. Now with that being said, let's move on to meal 2, which consists of the Lunchly Pizza and the Crunch Bar.
I would definitely give this pizza a 9 out of 10, changing my vote from this is to the Lunchable, and the other one was the Lunchly, because when I tasted this one, I got a full bite this time, and this was just magnificent. It was way better than the last one. It didn't have Hawaiian bread, and
Which out of the two pizzas was your favorite? Was it the first pizza or was it the second pizza?
Yeah, for me, it was the first pizza.
for me it was the second pizza, mainly because I got a bigger bite out of it, but it just felt more like satisfying.
All right, and then after the chocolate, which one did you guys enjoy more, the first chocolate or the second chocolate?
For me, the second one.
Overall, it being good chocolate, I would say the second.
I have a question. Can I actually finish this?
Yes, you can finish the chocolate. All right, thank you gentlemen so much and have a great day.
Thank you.
In the end, me and my team are not experts by any means, but I do like to think that we came to some type of conclusion today. Overall, Lunchables was the winner. However, I believe it's best to make your own informed opinion, so if you would really like, go out and buy a Lunchable, buy a Lunchly, and try it out for yourself. Thank you so much to Lucas Aguilar for the meals that we ate in today's segment. With that being said, have a great day.
Those Lunchables look so skibbity. Who wouldn't want to enjoy a tasty meal like that during their lunch?
I've actually never had one of those.
Honestly, I've never really had one either. I kind of want to try one. All right, well,
Let's switch gears and highlight something our talented students have been working on, the SHS Variety Show.
Schaumburg is hosting this year's annual variety show. We interviewed teachers and students to find out more about the behind the scenes and what students can expect to see at this year's variety show on October 24th and 25th.
So we have a variety of acts. We have a lot of musical acts this year. So there are bands, there are singers, and we're really, really excited for you to see.
It's a fun way to see kind of different talents, and also, especially because you might have someone in your class who might be quiet, but then they're doing the show. Like, it's definitely a good way to see like how different people are and how what their interests are. All these students have been working really hard to put on this performance, and it's honestly a really good show to come see if you don't want to sit down for one show that's going to be all about the same thing. It's a good variety, obviously.
The most exciting part of the show for me is probably seeing Manor Muppet. That one is my favorite act, but there are some other really good acts this year.
One of the most exciting things during the show is just watching how everyone comes together.
We uplift each other a lot, you know what I mean? We're like, oh yeah, you got it. Go out there, go kill it, you know what I mean?
It's been pretty fun. It can be overwhelming sometimes because a lot has to get done within a short amount of time, but it's normally pretty fun for me.
Anyone who's interested, honestly, go out and do it. I would say do it because it's super fun and it's always a good way to put yourself out there. It's something new. You meet some new people too, which is really good, and you make some new friendships, and it's a really fun way to put yourself out there.
Any kind of talent you have, if you're a comic, if you're a dancer, if you're a singer, if you, I don't know, break dance, if you do magic, come on out. We would love to showcase you and your talent.
Thank you so much for watching, Saxons, and remember to buy your tickets for this year's variety show being held on October 25th at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. This is Kat, Mirabelle, Kai, and Valeria from the Burg signing off.
What an incredible showcase of talent. It's cool to see other kids from SHS on stage and see their hard work pay off.
For sure. Speaking of inspiring, let's take a moment to discuss a very important issue, anti-bullying. Here's how our school is taking action to create a more inclusive environment.
Bullying is a big issue that affects countless students every day. It can take many forms, verbal, physical, or emotional. The impact of bullying can be devastating, leading to anxiety, depression, and a sense of isolation.
Sí, cuando estaba más joven, en escuela primaria, me burlaban de mi peso porque estaba muy delgado y flaco.
¿Cómo te afecta eso?
Cuando me burlaban sentía muy mal y tenía más ganas a cambiar y mejorar. Y por eso decidí aumentar peso y empezar a ir al gimnasio.
A bad thing. I mean, in my opinion, people who just bully are just I mean, they probably have some sort of trauma or whatever, and they're just trying to cope with it, and pretty much they're just pushing away people, and I feel more that they should consult with someone and just talk about what's going on in their lives as well.
Bullying is a huge problem, and it's not an easy topic to talk about. Hopefully, this worldwide problem can find a solution. This has been Oliver, Rigby, Luis, and Eric for the Burg TV.
Thank you to everyone involved in those initiatives. It's crucial that we support each other and stand against bullying.
Definitely. Now let's turn our attention to a serious concern for our student athletes, concussions. Here's the latest on how our school is addressing this issue.
Concussions are a big part of sports, and they need to be taken very seriously. Only 1 in every 20 people that have concussions are treated correctly. We need to spread awareness for people with concussions and know how to face it. So today we're interviewing students who have had concussions to talk about their experiences.
It's not very cool because you're often in a lot of pain, or sometimes you're just out cold. So it really depends on what type of concussion is. Not good though. It just depends on how bad the pain is and how you want to get checked out. If the pain's not that bad, you just let it subside, and sometimes you don't check it out and you just think it's normal. But there's definitely times where I do have to definitely check it out because I know something's messed up.
I felt kind of woozy and I felt a lot of dizziness. I could barely walk and I felt like I was going to fall over. I mean, I knew I blacked out for 2 seconds, but I didn't actually think I had a concussion. I just thought I was just hit my head.
It's great to learn more about concussions and what to do about them. This has been Trace Prowant, Ryan Barnitz, and Lucas Aguilar from the Burg.
Thanks for that important information. It's vital to keep our athletes safe while they pursue their passions.
Of course. Now let's take a look at this year's blood drive at SHS, hosted by National Honor Society, and what students and teachers have to say about it. Take it away.
This year's NHS blood drive reminds us that small actions like donating blood can have a huge impact. Together, we can save lives and strengthen our communities. This has been what now for the Burg you brought to you by Alex, Ermin, and John.
Okay, we had over 100 people sign up on the sheets and stuff. People who donated blood today have made a really huge impact because
there's been many people that have been saved because of blood donations and blood transfusions. So like this definitely means a great deal to them.
I know some people in my family, they've had like things like diabetes and like surgeries and cancer where they needed blood because they underwent certain procedures. So that's another reason why I think it's so important, because like it is personal to so many people, even in our school. But this is like a really important thing. So I feel like prepping is like super important.
I think if you are on the edge of donating, I'd say usually go for it.
If you can do it, then do it, because people are scared, but honestly, like you'll see that it's really not scary. And at the end of the day, when you're finished, you'll feel good about how many people that you're able to help.
This year's NHS blood drive reminds us that small actions like donating blood can have a huge impact. Together, we can save lives and strengthen our community. This has been What Now for the Burg News, brought to you by Alex, Ermin, and John.
Wow, that was very impressive to see how much work goes into it and how much of an impact it has in our community.
Absolutely. Now let's do a quick recap of the key stories we've covered today.
So we learned about the popularity of Lunchables, celebrated our talented variety show performers, highlighted anti-bullying efforts, covered the blood drive, and discussed concussion safety for athletes.
Thanks for tuning into this month's news. Remember to stay informed, support each other, and keep our school's community strong.
We'll see you next month with more exciting updates. Until then, see you next month again for another episode of The Burg. Stay skibbity, Saxons.
Yes, sir.